is going on, comic book familia? We are back with Up on Comics, and back is my number one cousin, Momo Comics 80. How's it going, Rob?
Doing good. I just realized we're both wearing
Oh, that's right. Both
Giants
Giants. Yeah,
shirts.
we're both Giants fans. You can see your shirt better than
Oh, I
mine.
like yours though. With Iron Man, I need to get a comic book one.
I
Like,
got
did you
this like years ago when I went to a game at I think they still call it Pac Bell, or no, they don't call it Pac Bell anymore. What do they call that stadium where the Giants play now? It's not Pac Bell. It's something else. But yeah, Oracle Park, isn't it? I think it's Oracle.
Oracle? Yeah, no, it's Oracle.
Right.
But like, you must have got that like at a Marvel night or something like that, huh?
Yeah, it was like it was a special Marvel day, and they were just giving out the shirts there, so I picked it up there. Yeah, baseball season's right around the corner, man. We're big baseball fans. He's been to one baseball game that I've always wanted to go to. It's not a specific game, but correct me if I'm wrong. Ten Lincecum, you were there for his no-hitter.
Oh yeah, the no-hitter.
Yeah.
That was, I mean, pure luck, man.
Yeah.
But like, I remember being in the stadium and pretty much everybody was like, "Is this really happening? Is this happening? Oh my gosh, this might be happening."
Yes.
But if you remember, that was the story that I told you that like when we took Eric and Lucas to that game.
Yes.
And they were younger.
Oh, yeah.
But they just never were into baseball, but like they were so bored. And then at that point, like Janine and I are like, I don't think we're gonna bring them back to a baseball game. But we went with you to a Padres preseason game last year, yeah. And they actually they wanted to go back. They were like, this was fun.
I took Eric to a game with us too during the season last year. Me, him, and Serena went to a game, so I took him to a game. Yeah, I seem to have fun there. I love baseball, man. My daughter loves baseball. She's a big fan of baseball, so we plan to go to some games this year as usual. So.
Yeah, and now Sacramento, they have the A's playing over here at the Rivercat Stadium, the Sutter Health Stadium, but like tickets are so expensive right now. I'm hoping that because I think it's just the hype of it all, but like it's a small stadium, so they're not, it's not as big as a major league stadium. So I think right now they're selling just like hotcakes, but I'm hoping with so many games later on, like we'll see the price go down a bit.
Games in Sacramento, if nobody's ever been to during the summer, it's freaking hot over there.
It is, yeah, it is. And so like evening games are the best ones to go to.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I mean, you know how hot it gets up here. So
yeah. So, but anyways, this is Up on Comics. This is we do this show every 2 weeks where we talk about recent comic book and entertainment news. I'm always appreciative of you, my cousin Rob, to join me. This has been fun. We've been doing this for about 3-4 months at least by now, So yeah, it's been a lot of fun doing this show, and this is our show, like I said, Up on Comics. And you ready to go?
Yeah, let's go.
Oh, by the way, I finished all the Girl Scout cookies.
So I think we have like 2, 5. I know we don't have many left. Like they're pretty much done. I think we have 8.
Oh wow,
eight bags left. That's it.
Yeah, Rob's daughter.
Fine.
Yeah, she's a Girl Scout, and I always buy cookies from her. And I shipped some out to Peter, Triple G in England, and they don't have them over there. And now, as a second year in a row, I sent them some, and they love them when I send it to them. Because they just obviously they don't get Girl Scout cookies over there. So half I got sent them a box full of cookies over there. So they're always appreciative of that too. But anyways, Let's get going. This is Up on Comics with myself, Passpoint Comics, and Momo Comics 80. Rob, we got the shows this Sunday. I think we're going to try to stick to Sundays, hopefully, but we'll see how it goes. First topic up is a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and what you've been watching. These are 2 shows. I pick one and Rob picks one that just recent shows that we are watching, and we just want to talk a little bit about it. I am up first. Invincible. I love this series. I never read the comic books. You told me to read the comic books, but I just never did. You even gave me like a compendium, I think, or a soft cover of it. I just never read it. It was over 100 issues long. I'm going, I'm not going to read this, but I love the series.
It's such a good book, man. You should really read it. Like I have them all. Oh,
you do?
Yeah, like the hardcovers. I bought them all.
Oh wow! It's by Robert Kirkman, who did The Walking Dead also. The TV show on Amazon Prime. I love the realism of it, even though it's a superhero movie, a show. But it just the faults of all the characters, and the lead character, he's half human and half how do you pronounce where the planet that
Ultramite. Voltramite.
Okay, so
with a V.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean it's been a good show. I think it's on season 3 and Invincible, and I just really have enjoyed it. Like I said, but I never read the comic book.
So I haven't watched season 3 yet. Are all the episodes out, or is it still going on right now?
The last one is I think it's just 8 episodes. If you see on the left-hand side, the last one's going to be on March 13th, which is basically this week coming up.
That's it? I thought it was like I saw the dates and I'm like, there has to be more than 8. Only 8? Oh, yeah. That's a bummer.
Yeah, so it's only 8 episodes. Yeah, it should be at least 10 to 15 if you ask me. But hopefully there'll be a season 4. I haven't heard anything, but this is my what you've been watching. Rob, are you ready for yours?
Well, I do want to say, go on record. This is probably, like, for me, one of the modern comics that have come out, like, relatively recently. Like, it's been out for a while, but like for me, it's like my number one.
I just never read it.
This really, man, you're killing me with this. All right, I'm gonna bring them couple.
Yeah,
for you to check out in April.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to read a couple of them online before you come. So, anyways, we got a couple. We have some comments here to see what people have to say. Oh, Fuzzy Dunlop, one of the good guys, is always on. Always watches myself and Peter on when we do our videos together. He's a really good person. Thank you so much, Fuzzy, for showing up. And I got you posted something on Instagram, and I'm going to show it later on in the show. I mean, it was very true what he said, but we're going to be talking about that later on. And speaking of Triple G, here he is.
There he is. Hey,
Peter, thanks for showing up. I was just telling my cousin I sent you the Girl Scout cookies about a month ago. So I'm trying to do the annual thing, sending some Girl Scout cookies over there to him. And one more thing, Peter, Invincible, the comic is phenomenal. The show's great as well. I just never read the comic book. I just never got around to it.
All right, I'm bringing the couple April for you for sure.
Okay, Rob, you took me by surprise when you said this was your watch, what you've been watching, but I understand now why you're watching it, and I got a better idea of it. You ready to go? Here you go.
Yeah, man, go for it. Okay, so hear me out, right? Like, so Janine and our daughter Claire, they started watching it, and I'm in the room, I'm cooking, or I'm hanging out, and now I found myself watching this show, and I'm like, oh, now I'm really into it, and we're about to finish it. We're on the final season, but why I brought this up for you was that there's so many people in this series that I'm like, oh my gosh, that's Sean Gunn. Okay, you even look at that. Look at all these people. Melissa McCarthy. Yeah. And honestly, like, I know Melissa McCarthy from like her movies that are really, really crass.
Yes.
Like, and her humor and her comedy. Yeah. I didn't know she was in this show.
Yeah, me neither.
And then what made me think of you was that you love Supernatural.
Jared Padalecki right here on the left-hand side.
Yes. Yeah. So and he's actually like a real main reoccurring character, like multiple seasons. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's Efren's dude.
Yeah.
And and for those of you guys watching, like, Comic-Con, it's a thing that Efren and I always do. But like every Sunday for years on Sunday, you were like, I need to go to the Supernatural panel. I love this show, Supernatural. And he's one of the stars of it. And I do remember this because you spoke so like intensely of it. The final Supernatural panel where they had the band playing the music, and it was like, like, so like I'm like, oh my gosh, this is your dude. What's her name? Kristen Ritter, Jessica Jones,
on the right hand side, second from the top.
Yeah, no, like, so the season we're on right now, she's in the final season. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's her. And the character she's playing is just so different than what, again, I know her as. I don't know. It's just so wild to see all these people. Seth MacFarlane. So yeah, from just the fandom, like, just to see all the people that were on the show way early in their careers, I think it's been pretty interesting.
Look at the top person on the left-hand side, Rami Malek. He's the one, he won the Oscar a couple years ago.
Yeah. Yeah, for what was that, Mr. Robot, right?
No, he was on Mr. Robot, but he won for Queen. He was the lead actor.
Oh, that's right. He was in Queen. See, I forgot.
So there's been a lot of famous actors and actresses have not started on this show, but they've been part of this show, so You took me by surprise, but my daughter loves this show. And then she goes, I go, Rob's going to talk about, Gilmore Girls. He is,
Yeah. Like what kind of bizarro world is that?
We got a comment here from Peter. He says, never seen Gilmore Girls, but my wife and kids loved it. There you go. So
yeah.
And we have Bat Dan. Thanks for showing up, Bat Dan. How's it going? We do this show every 2 weeks up on Comics, where we talk about comic books and entertainment news. And we start off with what you've been watching. Rob and I pick one show each that we've been watching, and he picked Gilmore Girls.
The judgment.
I was like, what? I was like, okay. But yeah, I didn't realize all these actors that have been on this show throughout the years. It's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, so if you're looking for something to watch and just kind of like, why not give it a shot? Seven seasons.
There you go. All right, here we go. I'm not a gamer at all. So Rob, I'm gonna let you take this slide here if you want to talk a little bit about them, especially the one on the right. That's the one you chose.
Yeah. So these are made by the same studio companies.
Oh,
and so GTA, Grand Theft Auto, is basically the game that started it to blow this company up. Like they have other games, but that's their big game, and people are just anticipating it. It keeps getting pushed back, but they did come out with a Western version of that game.
Okay.
So you see, a guy in a car there on the left. But a lot of the same premise in terms of like the mechanics and gameplay. They made a Western game called Red Dead Redemption. Okay. And so it's an old game by far. Like this is not anything new. What Red Dead Redemption. In fact, GTA 6, the one that's saying it's going to cost over 100 probably million or something, or over $100 a game. It's such a huge game. That's supposed to come out this year at some point. It keeps getting pushed back. But like for me, I was just kind of like looking for game deals, and I was looking for something to play. And I'm like, I've never played Red Dead Redemption all the way through. Like when it came out, I tried playing it, but it was so slow. It didn't hold my attention, but it's supposed to be like one of the best games ever. So I'm like, you know what? It's on sale. Like they had PlayStation Network had the like $100 deluxe version of the game for $30. I'm like, I'm going to buy it and I'm going to commit. So every night I've been doing like at least one mission. Like it's like homework at this point. But now it's finally gotten good. I've been playing it for 2 weeks and now I'm like, now I'm into it. But it took so much effort to get into. If you like cowboy movies, spaghetti westerns, it's such a fun game to play. Like you feel pretty much bought into it. And the cool thing about it is the story's actually shaping up to be really good so far.
Nice.
So I'm excited. I don't want to give away too much, but you're part of an outlaw gang, and it's almost like you as an individual, you're doing things, but your whole gang, you gotta like take care of them. Like it's like a family thing. So you kind of have, there's like this management, this family bond. I would check it out. If you could get it on the cheap, worth it, buy it. But you just got to commit to playing it for at least the first 2 acts.
I think you would think that, I used to get into video games a long time ago, but I when I get stuck, I get so frustrated and I just give up. Like I was playing this one game and I just got stuck. And this was about a couple years ago, and I just couldn't get past this one section of the video game. I just said, I just stopped. I said, I can't do this, So, but you think I would be into video games, but I'm just not, So
we tried though. We have tried with you.
You have tried when I go to your house. You have tried with me. When your daughter beats me in games, I go, I gotta give up. So. All right, next up here, my man Daredevil. I'm a big fan of Daredevil. Everybody's seen my previous videos know he's like my number one, superhero in the MCU. This is Daredevil, Cold Day in Hell. It's set in a grim future. Daredevil, Cold Day in Hell introduces a grizzled, older, and virtually powerless Matt Murdock, no longer operating as a superhero. Matt still finds ways to help others in a world more unjust than ever. I got to make these fonts bigger next time I do this show. This is like, the Batman one. What was that one? The Batman in the Future. I forgot the name of it. By Frank Miller.
Like the like Dark Knight.
Dark Knight. This is DC's version of that, basically. And I believe the artwork on the left-hand side is by Frank Miller. He's doing a cover of this, and so yeah. So this is coming up soon. You know, I'm a big Daredevil fan. I always like seeing these characters in the future. You know, what their lives end up with.
And that's Frank Miller art.
The one on the left, yes, Frank Miller.
Okay.
I'm not sure of anything else. I think he's just going to do covers. I don't think it's the interior of the book. I don't believe it's Frank Miller, but some of the covers are by Frank Miller.
Okay, yeah, actually, the cover art for him sometimes it's been hit or miss recently with some of his covers. Looks pretty good.
Yeah. So hopefully this will be a good storyline. I'll be buying it for sure. Up next, do you watch the show Preacher?
Reacher.
Sorry, Reacher.
I do. You told me about it, and I watched the first 2 seasons. I haven't started the new one though. Did you watch it?
I started watching season 3 of Reacher. I like it. I like the character. Tom Cruise played him in the movie. There was a movie about it, but this is an ongoing series. I believe it's on Amazon too. But the actor, and he has stated this in the past, Alan Richardson says you wouldn't even have to pay me to play Batman in James Gunn's DC universe. He says, I would don the suit. Gotham is mine. Look at that. I don't even have to practice. It just comes out naturally. So I'm not sure if James Gunn is paying attention to any of this, but I think he'd make a good Batman. He's a brooding figure in Reacher, you know.
He's so big of a guy, though.
He's big, yeah.
He's such a big dude.
Wait till you see season 3 of Reacher. There's a character that's bigger than him.
Bigger than him?
Bigger than him, yes. By at least a half, maybe about 4 inches, but just big guy. Like, damn, where do they find these guys at? You know, but yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see if James Gunn is paying attention. Let's look at some of the comments here by Bat Dan. I'm reading Frank Miller's run on Daredevil at the moment for the first time since it came out. Wow. Enjoying it, but I don't think it's aged well. I read it when it first came out. I never read it again. Maybe I'll reread it, see what it's, how it is now. Have you ever read the Frank Miller run, Rob?
Yeah, I checked it on, and to Bat Dan's point, I was like, I get it, but it didn't really stand out to me as much as like some people love it. So
I think this came out in the 80s, if I remember right. So let's see what Triple G has to say. This guy is less muscular than Fuzzy. True story. Bat Danny loves Reacher. Yeah, it's a good series. I really enjoy it too. So I heard the lady in the military that helps him out in seasons 1 and 2. I forgot her name, the actress. But I heard rumors that she may have her own show. Spinoff of Reacher. Let's see right here. That's not the Frank Miller cover. Oh, it's not the Frank Miller cover. I apologize. That I thought it was the Frank Miller cover. My bad. Maybe
some of his like recent covers are so gnarly. Like you seen the Wolverine Frank Miller cover? Yeah. I'm like, okay, well that makes sense.
Yeah.
Or Fuzzy. I'm sorry, Fuzzy.
Triple G says, I think a lot of older stories don't hold up, Dan. Sadly, yeah. I mean, I tried reading some of the 1960s Stan Lee books, and I was like, man, this is hard to read. So it did start in 1980. Yep. There we go. All right. Next up, Moon Knight will not appear in next Avengers film. According to Cosmic Circus, Moon Knight will not be featured in the next Avengers film. However, he will appear in Marvel Studios' Midnight Suns project. I didn't know he was even supposed to appear in the next Avengers film. I think there's going to be so many characters in that film, he would just be lost in it, So
yeah, agreed.
Yeah. This one on the right, gosh, to me, Spider-Man and Mary Jane belong together, but Marvel just won't do it. Spider-Man's romance with Mary Jane is beloved by fans, but rather than bringing them back together, Marvel has created a new love interest for Peter, who isn't exactly winning people over. Linda Locke seems to be here for the long haul as her romance with Parker blossoms. What do you think about that, Rob? I just think he should be with Mary Jane.
You know what? Remember House of M?
Yes.
And everybody got what they want, and he was back with Gwen.
He was?
Right? Wasn't that it? Like he was married with Gwen?
Oh,
I'm pretty certain that was it.
Okay.
Right? Yeah, I don't know, man. I get that they're trying to like liven it up a bit. She's another redhead too, right? From what
she looked like it there. Yeah, a little bit redhead. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Give it time. You got to give it at least. I'm willing to give it a chance to see what they do with it. But yeah, I don't know. There's some iconic relationships that it's kind of weird when they start messing around with it. But if this is a thing, like she's probably going to be a character like that's going to be around for a while at the very least, I would think.
I think you're right. I think if Gwen was still around, I think she would still be with Peter, you know. So, but let's see what Fuzzy has to say. I won't be paying $750. Wow, $750 for the Daredevil comic. That is a lot of money. Dang it. Maybe just wait until it comes out when they're all finished and you can buy the soft cover book, see if it's a little bit less expensive.
$750 is so much money for a book.
Linda Locke will be an MJ clone, probably.
Oh, wait a minute. Is that too unreasonable to throw out there? I mean, you never know.
Never know. God, that makes a lot of sense.
that could work.
That could work. All right, next up here, Goodbye New York. The TMNT Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are on the market for a new home. It says they have resided within the sewers of the Big Apple, but shocking changes to the city have led to them having no choice but to move elsewhere. Without their original home, these Ninja Turtles are gearing up for a massive upheaval to their classic status quo. Doesn't say where they're going to be going, but it looks like they're leaving the Big Apple. You know,
they're going to Sacramento.
Going to Sacramento. Everybody's going to Sacramento during the summer. Nice and warm.
Nice and warm. Yeah, I don't know. That's actually, that would be a big deal. I mean, again, that's like their home.
I wonder, you have to be some California, some big city. I don't know where else they can go. Maybe they'll go across somewhere else, another country. Who knows? So Thunderbolts is coming out this year. And it says Marvel marketing Thunderbolts like it's an A24 film. Really came out of nowhere. Says that the tone of the Thunderbolts is like a quiet, quite badass indie film. A A24 feeling assassin movie with Marvel superheroes. So we'll see how this movie will go. Whether garner any, people start talking about it and want to go see it. I think they're going to mess up on the Sentry character because they couldn't get him right in the comic books. You know, to me, they couldn't get him right. You know?
To call it an A24 film though is interesting, and I don't believe it. Like I watch a lot of A24 films.
Yeah,
I can't imagine them doing something in that kind of tone. But okay, Florence Pugh, right? Or who said this?
I forgot. The Supreme Cinephile. So they talk about it. We'll see.
Yeah.
You know, let me see here. We got some more comments. Peter says that run on TMNT is great. Yeah, I've been reading it. First turtle book I've ever read. So it has been a good show. So a good read so far. Canada, if they're smart, probably go to Canada and go live there. Peter says, worth picking up the current run. Dan's really good. Yeah, I agree. Peter got me reading this book. I didn't read the current. I've never read a turtle book, but this current run, I have been reading it. It's a good jumping on point, even though they've been around for decades. And LOL agreed, Fuzzy. Okay, next slide up. I just put this up there because I found it online. Like I said, if anybody wants to ever know how to make Harry Potter's classic butterbeer, here's the ingredients. Take a snapshot of this. And I clicked on the link, but when you click on links, they have so much just random stuff inside the link. And I just said, I gave up. So they had the ingredients here to search for. So everybody wants to know how to make butterbeer. Here you go, guys. We have everything on this show.
Have you made this? Have you tried?
I just did this yesterday. I just found this yesterday, and I
should have made it and brought it to the show.
I should have. Dang it!
Yeah,
I should have talked to you about that beforehand. Dang it!
Yeah,
maybe we'll do a next show. Maybe we'll do a next show. Let me see here. This took me by surprise. Marvel Studios is reportedly planning Ant-Man 4 after Phase 6. I thought they were done with Ant-Man because of Ant-Man 3.
Man, okay, I'm gonna be the outlier here. I actually liked Ant-Man 3.
You did.
I did. I thought it was weird, silly, goofy. It reminded me a little bit of Rick and Morty.
Oh, wow.
It was just out there to me. I thought, I enjoyed it. I know a lot of people, they crap on that. I also like Doctor Strange too. but yeah, so I'm interested. I'd watch it. You're telling me you wouldn't watch it. Come on.
I would watch it. Yes, I would watch it. Yeah. I mean, I just think I seen Ant-Man 1 and 2 and they were so good. 3 was just, to me, was a little bit of a letdown. But I just seen that Madam Web movie and we did it. We talked about it on Peter's channel. I liked it.
What? that was.
I liked it.
No. Wait. Okay. Never. Did you watch Morbius too?
Not yet. No, I've never seen Morbius. No.
I think it's on like HBO or Netflix. One of those. Watch it. It's But I thought Madam Web was worse than Morbius.
Wow. I wasn't expecting the most out of this movie. I go, here's 2 hours I'm never going to get back. I found it enjoyable.
You're crazy.
Okay, next up, the Guardians of the Universe, which will be a TV show, will appear. Lanterns is going to be the TV show, but the Guardians of the Universe will appear in Lanterns. So it looks like the Guardians of the Universe are the ones who are the head people of the Lanterns, who control everything. Looks like they're going to be part of the TV show also. It's all the characters you love and know, the Lanterns, the Guardians, and Sinestro. All that world is still intact, and yet everyone is presented as hero and villain. So I can't wait for this show to come out. I hopefully it's a good show, So it's going to be under the James Gunn umbrella, I believe. So let me see. Who's this? Who the hell is Porna? I have no idea. Let's see here. Oh, Ephraim, I'm not sure you should admit to that I like Madam Web. Sorry, you know that, Peter. So I said that to everybody. He says, sounds like a porn star. I have no idea who that is. Yeah. Okay. Let me get rid of this. Next up, Christopher Nolan is the top contender to direct the next James Bond film. He's a really good director. Obviously, he did Batman with Christian Bale back in the day. And he's a really good director. So we'll see where he takes to James Bond's film. And speaking of Christopher Nolan, he offered the role of Poseidon to Robert Downey Jr. in The Odyssey. The actor had to decline because he's busy filming Avengers Doomsday. Then it says, can you imagine saying no to Christopher Nolan? What do you think about this, Rob? Do you think Christopher Nolan would have been good at this movie?
Well, saying no to Christopher Nolan. I like Christopher Nolan a lot. Like I love all his films.
Yeah.
Robert Downey Jr. saying no is kind of crazy, just that he got offered. But I couldn't imagine him playing that role. I don't know. I did watch Tropic Thunder recently with Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
You know how he plays like a caricature of an actor playing all these weird roles.
Yes.
I guess in my mind, I'm running that character playing Poseidon. Nolan doing a Bond film. I don't know, man. I think he's too serious with his movies to do a Bond film. No disrespect to Bond films. I like James Bond, but their action, they're not really crazy good with the storyline. Does that make sense? Like, it's kind of a different genre of storytelling than what we would normally get out of Nolan. So I don't know.
James Bond is more. There are some parts where there's more humor in it, and I've never seen Christopher Nolan do a humorous or comedic movie before that I know of.
Like, it's too adventure.
Yeah,
too much of an adventure movie for his style of film, I guess.
Bad Dan says, with all the James Bond news, is that Amazon wants a woman for the role. I had never heard of that. So yeah, we'll see. Amazon is in charge. Amazon did get the rights to James Bond. We'll see what they'll do with this film moving forward. We have one from Peter. Not keen on a Nolan Bond movie. The films make my head hurt. Yeah. I watched Oppenheimer and I was like, oh my God, I can't believe that movie won an Oscar, we'll see, only time will tell. And let me see here, next slide up. Harry Potter news. There's going to be a reboot series. I think we've talked about it in other shows, and it looks like they got a new Snape and a new McGonagall. Papa is Sidue to play Professor Severus Snape, if I'm saying his name right, and Janet McTeer to play Professor Minerva McGonagall. I looked up these two actors. Hang on, let me bring it here if I can find it, to see what kind of shows they've done in the past. And hang on here. He's let me see. He started his career in 2012 when he joined the Royal Shakespeare Company, acting in numerous productions, including The Merry Wives of Windsor, King Lear, Hamlet, and Romeo and Juliet. His breakthrough role came with the role in May Destroy You from BBC. So he's been around and he's done shows. And the actress, Janet McTeer, she's also an English actress. She began her career training at Royal Academy of Dramatic Art. So, they're well versed, and hopefully, these will be good choices for this movie, for this show moving forward.
I do watch the Royal Shakespeare Company. Like I use it for work actually, since I'm a teacher. If you're watching, I'm a teacher, so I'm an English teacher. Yeah, so I actually will show like some Royal Shakespeare Company segments, and I mean, if he's pulling that stage off, I think he'll be pretty good at Snape.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm looking forward to this series. Hopefully it'll be really good. Okay, my man, Triple G Comics. I have to put us, talk. He does a show called Pop Culture Playback. I really like these shows. I just started watching this one of Batman Beyond. It's on his channel. If you have a chance, check it out. He does like 4 to 5 minutes long, and it's Pop Culture Playback. And this one is on Batman Beyond on Triple G's channel. If you want to check it out, I highly recommend it. It's only about 4 or 5 minutes long, so it won't take too much of your time. And Rob, I don't know where I got Bob from. Rob, speaking of the athletics, why don't you take this one? I don't know if you heard about this.
Yeah, well, I've seen the pictures of it. I didn't read the article. I just kind of like went through and skimmed the photos. But yeah, man, that stadium looks pretty awesome. I mean, you and I are going to be in Vegas in April.
Yes.
We could, I mean, obviously go check out a comic book shop, Torpedo.
Yeah.
But I mean, it seems like Vegas is just like thriving with new things. So the stadium looks sick.
Yeah, maybe we should check out a summer game. But this is going to be like 3 to 4 years down the line.
How many people? Like, look how many people are in that rendering. Like, it's huge.
Yeah. So hopefully it'll be a good stadium. I know Peter doesn't like sports at all, so we're going to move on. We have James Keegan. Hey, James, thanks for showing up. Up on Comics is where myself and Rob we talk about comic books. News, anything to do with comic books and entertainment. Thanks for showing up. Let me see what Fuzzy has to say. Recipes and architecture. I like it. Thanks, man. I try to throw everything in this show, not just, comic books and movies. I've heard about this movie. I'll definitely want to go see it. It's Jack Quaid and Novocaine. Basically, he can't feel any pain. So Jack Quaid is from The Boys. And this movie looks hilarious. I heard it got pretty good ratings from Rotten Tomatoes. So I'm definitely going to check out this movie. Have you heard of it?
Yeah, I heard it was good. I heard that people are saying that he does a really good job with this role.
Yeah.
Like, and I mean, you're familiar with him, right? You've seen The Boys, right?
Yeah.
People are saying it's actually a pretty good watch.
Yeah. So I'm definitely, this looks right up my alley. I definitely want to check this out. Coming up at the end of this month, I'll be going to WonderCon. Rob's not going, so you can't go this year. I'll be going Saturday for one day this year. And WonderCon is in Anaheim, California, basically right across the street from Disneyland. So I'll be checking it out. And it's a sister con to the big one, San Diego Comic-Con. So, see how it is this year. Let me see. The trailer looks good for Novocaine. Yeah, I've seen that too. The trailer looked really good. And Peter has Novocaine. Looks like great fun. Yeah, I'm definitely going to see this movie. Fuzzy says, left me feeling numb. I guess get that. Let me see what else. James, didn't you all talk about the Last of Us trailer? No, we haven't. I'm not mentioning the Last of Us right now. I figured I'd save it for you, James. James is a big Last of Us fan, so I figured I'd let you talk about it. Okay,
that's a great game. You should play it. Give it a shot.
He has played it. James loves that.
Have you played it though?
No, I've never played it.
Play it.
I have to buy a game station, so I'm gonna have one to play with.
Game station. There we go. That's the proof.
Yeah. Let's see here. So this is a new Lightspeed adventure that begins in May of 2026 in Disneyland parks. Join Mando and Grogu as they travel to some familiar locations, including Bespin, aboard Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge at Disneyland parks. So it looks like they're going to be upgrading the Millennium Falcon, and they're going to be incorporating Mando and Grogu in it. I'm not sure how.
I like that they're calling him Mando.
Mando.
Like in the
Oh,
so it's Disney Park. This is a post from Disney Parks,
yeah.
and they're calling him Mando. I think that's great.
Oh, yeah. There you go. Game station.
Yeah,
I know
that
I
was
got that wrong when I said that.
That's the proof.
That's the proof that I don't play games. Okay. This was a couple of days ago. LeBron James, I don't know if you've seen it, Rob. LeBron James coming up to me unexpectedly, I might add, to confront me about making sure that I mind what I say about his son. This happened during the Lakers game. And, LeBron James just wasn't happy that this guy on ESPN just was, everybody's talking about his son, Bronny. He shouldn't be in the NBA. So I guess he just didn't like what he was saying exactly about him. But you put him out there to play games and they have to be criticized like anybody else. That's nepotism at its best. And there's nothing wrong with that. Everybody helps out their family when they can. But in a stage like the NBA where he's there all the time, it must be difficult for his son.
Yeah, and it must be nice to be that rich and influential because, like, we see this all the time, like, with celebrities that have a certain fandom. But yeah, man, come on. Like, he's going to need tough skin. Like, I'm sorry, but that's what you were born into. You can't help that.
Yeah.
And this isn't doing any favors.
I think, LeBron's did it on purpose when they were at the arena, when they were playing a game. I think he should have took him to the side. But, I mean, they're just telling it like it is. He got the job because of his father. And there's nothing wrong with that. But he's got to prove now that he can stay in the NBA.
Yeah.
You only can do so much. David Arquette will return as Deputy Dewey in Scream 7. He died a couple of movies ago, but they're bringing him back. But they say it could be like a dream sequence. But, it says here, but nothing is impossible in this franchise when you don't go for the head. So,
I guess. Sure, why not?
Yeah, sure, why not? They'll see what role he will have.
Maybe he's a clone.
Did you watch the Academy Awards?
I did not, but I do know about this movie.
I didn't. I've always been a fan of the Academy Awards, but when this movie for animated Flow won Best Animated Feature Film at the Oscars, I went, well, I got to check it out. So I heard I heard it's a good movie. Obviously, if it wins the Oscar. It says Flow was designed with Blender, a free and open source animation software. Flow was directed by Zilboldis, who co-wrote the script for Kaza. The movie has been praised for its unique way of storytelling, using only its visuals and no dialogue. There was no dialogue in this movie at all. Wow.
I mean, remember the movie WALL-E? Very little dialogue. And there was another movie that came out last year. I want to say it was like Robot. It's called Robot. I think it's called that, or Robot Dreams.
Okay.
No dialogue at all, and it was actually really, really good.
Yeah. So the movie has been praised for its unique way of storytelling, using only its visuals and no dialogue. It follows a cat and other animals in a post-human world looking to survive as the water level around them starts to rise. It got a 97% score on Rotten Tomatoes. Wow, I got to check it out. It's on Max. My daughter has Max. I got to check it out. See here, Bad Dan, I really want to see Flow. Yep. After it won, I go, man, I got to check out this movie. And next up, did you see this mask by Hasbro Legends, Dr. Doom mask?
I did.
I go, damn, that's a pretty cool looking mask. It's a mask by Hasbro Legends. I'm not sure who's going to buy it. I didn't even know what the price was, to be honest with you. I didn't even look for the price, but it looks cool. But I made a joke that once you put it on, you can't take it off.
It gets stuck to you.
Gets stuck to you, yeah. Kung Fu Panda 5 is said to already be in the works. Just reminding everyone that Kung Fu Panda 4 earned over $500 million on an $85 million budget. So this shouldn't be overly surprising. That's for sure. If it cost $85 million and it made over $500 million, that's crazy. So yeah, they're gonna keep on making these movies until nobody wants to go see it anymore. Let me see right here. Let's look at some of the comments. Fuzzy says, I'm buying one for, you buying one, Duffy? Dunlop? Yeah, let us know how it goes when you get it. Put it on, see if it fits. Okay, next up, Daredevil, Born Again. You seen the first 2 episodes, Rob?
No, it's one of those. I know. I've been playing Red Dead Redemption too much.
Yeah.
No, but you know what? It's being released anyway, like weekly, isn't it?
Yes, the first two
Yeah.
episodes showed up last week, and the next one should be coming up probably Tuesday or Wednesday. Episode 3.
I might wait till next weekend so at least I can get, back to back to back to back. Build it up a little bit.
Yeah,
But
it's a
yeah,
really
I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it. I haven't had time to do it yet.
I really enjoyed the first two episodes. It had more of the Netflix feel to it, where Daredevil originated on. Speaking of Daredevil, Matthew Lillard to make MCU debut in Daredevil Born Again season 2. Not this season, but the following season is going to be on there. So, and I got.
Did they say what he's going to play?
No, they didn't say what he's going to play. I thought he was going to play Ben Urich, the reporter, but he was already in Daredevil when he died. So I forgot about that. Eldon Henson and Deborah Ann Woll are both returning as Foggy and Karen in Daredevil Born Again season 2. We'll see how big of a role they have. So far, they haven't had a big one in this season that's going on right now. Mike Epps says that Last Friday film is still happening after years of fans speculating. I don't even remember when the first Last Friday film came. It's been over 20 years at least.
Yeah, they made 3 of them.
They did. So they're making another one. Doesn't say when or where, but it looks like there's another one coming up in the future, sometime in the future.
They're too old. Still doing the same stuff, I guess.
Looks like Peter's going to be buying Dr. Doom mask also. We may have to buy one, Rob.
I know.
Maybe we'll all put it on, and everybody will have to guess who's who.
We wear the same shirt.
We're wearing the same shirts, yeah. Bat Dan says it's brutal as the Netflix show. Yeah, the first 2 episodes were brutal. It just starts off at a fight scene right away. I mean, they're not messing around. Foggy can't be. Oh, I think it's going to be like a dream sequence or something that happened in the past. That's my.
Wait a minute. What happened to Foggy?
Oh no!
Oh no, I haven't seen it yet. Nah, it's okay, man. I don't care.
Yeah. Let me see here. He will be a clone, Peter.
Yeah, that's the answer to everything in this
everything.
show.
Yeah, right? There you go. He'll be a clone. Let's see what Fuzzy has to say.
Linda's a clone. Foggy's a clone.
Yeah, everybody's a clone. Makes things easier for everybody. Next up. Oh, man. I love these covers. These are the Alex Ross Timeless variant covers. This is like his second go at it. And these are coming out starting in May of 2025. Do you like these covers, Rob?
Wait, these are okay. I thought he did a Power Man.
He might have, but some of these are
okay. No, I love Alex Ross and I like portraits. I always I'm a sucker for comic book portraits. Like I got a couple posters in my classroom of portraits. So yeah, I have all of the first set. Like, what is it? The Comic Mint you and I shop from every now and then.
Yeah.
He came, when he puts it out as a bundle, I bought the first set. I didn't get all the villains, which is kind of frustrating for me, but yeah, I love Alex Ross. I can't get enough.
I know it's Peter's favorite artist, so yeah, I can't wait for these to come out too. Here we go. Foggy's going to be an MJ clone. There you go. See, that solves everything. Yeah, everybody's an MJ clone.
Even Foggy.
Yeah.
Right? He has red hair, kind of.
Yeah.
Maybe.
There you go. He moves away and lives happily ever after in Hawaii. Honest, Rob. There you go.
Ooh, I was worried.
Talking about the Dr. Doom mask, same Fuzzy. I liked it, but I'm waiting to see how. Oh, maybe same Fuzzy. I liked it, but I'm waiting to see how things play out. Okay, next slide. Oh my God, I love this cover on the left. I just seen it. This is I forgot which Hulk. The Red Hulk's. He has a new series going on, comic book series, and I think this is issue number 3 or 4 that you can order right now.
Did you watch the Captain America movie?
I did. Yeah,
you did. Okay,
yeah, I enjoyed it. It was good. So this he's been captured by a Dr. Doom, and looks like he's. This is just a front cover. Who knows what's going to happen inside the actual book? But I think this is a fantastic cover.
Yeah, I like it.
Yep. Jesse Plemons is reportedly one of the actors being eyed to play Beast in the X-Men reboot film. I first saw this actor in Breaking Bad. Like in the last part of the show, the last seasons, he was one of the bad, guys in the show. He's a really good actor, and he's married to Kirsten Dunst, who played Mary Jane in the Spider-Man movies. So,
I did not know that.
Yeah, there you go. We got here from Batman. It's ridiculous how many actors are being eyed up for X-Men roles. Yeah, there are probably going to be a lot, and there probably will be until they announce it. Keep everybody interested.
I just hope to get the story right. Get a good story,
Jaws is returning in theaters this year for its 50th anniversary. This movie came out in 1975. I was 15 or 16 years old. This movie scared the bejesus out of me. I didn't want to go in the water for years. It just really got to me. And I used to, when I went to El Salvador, they said sharks can swim up to your kneecaps or be, up to that high water. And I was like, oh my God, I didn't want to go in the water.
So are you going to go see this?
If it's in a movie theater, I'll probably go see it. I mean,
yeah, because I would imagine it'd be pretty cool to watch it like in a big screen sound system in the dark. Like it might be better.
So this will be says we'll be in cinemas from August 29th to September 4th. Like I said, I was a teenager when this movie came out, and it just for years and years and years I didn't want to go in the water. But yeah, it's coming in this year from August 29th to the 4th. Have you ever seen it, Rob? You must have seen this.
Yeah, but that's why I'm like, I watched it at home. It's not the same. You got daylight, noise. And so that's why I'm thinking like it'd be a better experience if you did watch it in a movie theater.
Oh, yeah. Yep. I'm definitely going to go check this out. Let me see. Disney has gone 3 consecutive years without winning Best Animated Film at the Oscars. They have lost Best Animated Feature at the Oscars for 3 consecutive years. Its longest streak ever. Oh, dear. What are we going to do? Robert Pattinson was asked if he's going to play Batman again anytime soon. What do you think his response was, Rob?
Probably. Well, here's the thing, right? Like everybody likes, I think people really do like his Batman.
Yeah.
Was it Matt Reeves? Like, I think he did a good job. It was a good story. It was gritty. And so like everyone wants to see a sequel. So I'm sure he would say yes. It's kind of like that one actor, like who's going to say no to playing Batman? Like he's such an iconic superhero. Like it's an honor to play Batman.
Okay. You ready for his answer?
Yeah.
Got it. Oh, dang it. I don't have it. Shoot. He said, oh my God. I didn't put it. So he basically said, I hope so to do it soon, or it's going to be an old man Batman by the time they make this movie.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
So
yeah, he's hoping.
But he wants to do it.
Okay. So this other one, I gave it away. Sorry, Rob. Who am I? Who do you think this person is looking through comic books?
Let me zoom in.
Anybody that's in the comments, if you want to take a guess who this guy is, I'll give you a hint. He's an artist.
At first, I'm zooming in now. At first, I was like Art Adams because I've seen him before, and
ding, ding, ding.
Wait, that is him?
That is him.
He has a huge beard.
Yeah, he was just at a Comic-Con and somebody took a picture of him because look at Art Adams. He's looking for blank covers to draw.
Oh.
Yes, it's Art Adams.
Right, I got it.
Good, man. That was really good. Yeah. It took me a while to go, who is that? That's good, man. What else? Oh, here we go. Dang it, I've got the slides all messed up. This was his response. I effing hope so. I started out as a young Batman. I'm going to be a effing old Batman by the sequel. So, yeah, it's going to be at least 2 years, I think, at least. They haven't even started that I know of. So, yeah, they got to get it on. They got to get it going for him. He's going to be old, So, we'll see when they make this movie. Let me see. By Batman, there's a Jaws plane touring the UK at the moment. Rob Shaw's son is playing Quint. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool to watch.
Yeah. Let me see here. Deadpool co-creator Rob Liefeld says comic shops are too unreliable to debut his new Youngblood relaunch with them first. So it's selling to fans direct. I went to his Whatnot, page, and he's selling them on Whatnot, at a very, very high price. So, I can't hear you. Nope. We've lost Rob's audio, so I'm going to keep on going until he's ready. Yeah, he's something, he's going to be selling this on Whatnot. I went on his Whatnot app and he's selling them. And here is the pricing. It's crazy. So, for example, the 2025 Multicon Youngblood 11x17 print is $60. and anniversary edition is $85. Oh, I can hear you now.
Hear me now? All right, great.
You're going to say something about that?
No, he's gonna try to make money.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, he wants to make money. He's crazy.
Yeah. So look at this. Youngblood #1, 2025, right in the middle. Launch edition premium, $155. I mean, $150.
Yeah, check out the comments. I think
let's look at the
Triple
comments.
G. Yeah, Triple G hit it. I think the nail on the head is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Like, who's asking for this? Like.
Yeah. Exactly. I mean, it's crazy, man. He ain't gonna sell shit. Is he selling them or just stocking them? I don't know. But this is on his Whatnot. You know, I mean, his Whatnot on his page on Whatnot. He's selling them right now. I looked it up and they're for sale. You know, I'm not sure how many people. There's a bunch of fans out there that are fans of his. I'm sure he's going to be selling some of them.
Yeah, I'm looking at like one of them. I can see it says signed quantity 45. Like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. But
I heard a lot of LCSs. They're complaining. He goes, you know, we are the ones who made you what you are, basically, because we sold your comic books when they first came out. But he's bypassing them. You know, believe it or not, we are near the end of the show, where I just post some things that I found online. If you believe it or not, in Back to the Future 3, Doc Brown mistakenly goes back a long time and ends up in a galaxy far, far away. This action accidentally creates a religion known as the Mandalorians, a mistaken interpretation of the phrase "man in DeLorean." He was in the Mandalorian season 3. I remember that. It was episode 6. I had to look it up. I go, oh my God, he was on there. Now, this is just fun. You know, Bertie's saying, but everybody thinks it's canon now. So he was mistaken as the man in the DeLorean, and they became the Mandalorians. I just thought that was pretty humorous.
That's silly, but funny.
Yeah, silly, but fun, yeah. This is about Rob Liefeld. Are his fans all out of all proportions, too?
That's good.
What up do I have next? I just found this fascinating when I find things like this. The bridge that comes from Sweden turns into a tunnel under the sea and reappears in Denmark. Both countries united by this wonderful work of engineering. It has a total length of 16 kilometers and connects Denmark with Sweden to the, I can't even pronounce that word, Strait. So I thought that was pretty cool. I think it's an awesome looking picture. Up next here, I don't know if this is true or not, but Hulk Hogan has reportedly claimed he was offered the part of Admiral Thrawn in Star Wars Ahsoka. They approached me to appear in the new Star Wars series as the heel character, but when they told me I had to be painted blue top to bottom, I told them that don't work for me, brother.
That's crazy. No,
the man can't act, so I don't think
that's a comedian being funny. No way.
I don't think this is true. But let me see what else here. This one we've been talking about. This Pokemon fans are bidding thousands for a Charizard Cheeto. This sold. Do you know how much it sold for?
I saw this and I can't remember, but it was a stupid amount of money. It was on the local news here in Sacramento.
Yeah. Over $87,000.
Jeez,
that's sold.
Well, I mean, that's happened before with like potato chips.
Yes.
Yeah, but man, I can't. I mean, someone dropping that much money on a potato chip or a Cheeto, that's wild.
I mean, it was just, I'm assuming, obviously, it was just in the bag and it just came out that way. But man, I wonder if they even were about to put it in their mouth and eat it, but they said, stop.
Yeah.
Sell this.
I think I would have ate it. I think I would have been like biting off the head. Like,
you seen that artwork of that banana that they put up on a wall with a tape?
Yeah.
Yeah. God, you know, people consider art these days. So let me see what here. Let's look at some of what people have to say here. All his fans are proportions too, and very sizes. Bad Dan. Let me see that fool that didn't have no idea. Or is that unrealisticist? And the last one is only in America even looks like Trump. So Let's go on here. This is, I don't know why I put this up here, but Subway is bringing back footlong sandwiches for $6.99. So they have reintroduced their other, reducing any footlongs up to $6.99 after a success in 2024. I don't even eat Subway anymore, but anybody sees this show, if you're into Subway footlongs, they're going to be selling for $6.99. So go for it.
It's pretty cheap.
Pretty cheap.
Pretty cheap.
Let's see what else here. Science says the smell of freshly baked pizza can reduce stress and boost your mood. Pizza does smell good,
Yeah.
but I've never been that stressful for it to release, to boost my mood. And there's going to be on March 2025, they're calling it the month of eclipses. On March 14th, there's going to be a blood moon eclipse. And then on March 29th, there's going to be a partial solar eclipse. I've seen a blood moon eclipse before. That's pretty cool. So
maybe we'll get superpowers.
Maybe we'll get superpowers. Yes, exactly. What you selling? Are you selling anything this time, Rob?
Well, I pulled a book, but I haven't priced it out yet because I try to put things up on Facebook or eBay on the weekends. But this weekend's been kind of busy with work, so I only got as far as pulling a couple of items.
You want to show them?
Yeah, I haven't priced it out yet though. So I got two things this week that I need to post up. So one, Uncanny X-Force by Rick Remender. Okay. Do you remember that? It was like a really dark X-Force run. It was really good.
Deadpool in it. Was
Deadpool was in it. Yeah, they went to back to the X-Men from Age of Apocalypse. But there's halfway through issue 18 of the first volume was the finale of the Archangel saga, where he became Apocalypse, the new
I remember that.
And then it was him and Psylocke. It's a really, really good run. If you like X-Men, it's an X-Men franchise story that's one of the top in my mind. But as I was going through my slabs trying to figure out what I was going to put up, for that finale, they came out with a polybag version of that issue to avoid spoilers. And so I have one of those slabbed at a 9.8, which they don't really come up a whole lot, the 9.8s of the polybag, because you know how comics and polybags are typically hard to get a good grade on. But so I found it, and this is nice. So they removed the polybag, and you can see what they use to kill him at the end. I got
who's the cover artist again?
For this one, I gotta look it up because I think because the people that they listed here are the interior artists. Opena and Ribic, or maybe it is Opena.
Yeah, maybe it is Opena.
Jerome, the one that he did the what was it, Strange Academy variant? Remember that, right? He did with the Breakfast Club photo.
Him? Okay, yeah.
But yeah, so I gotta do some research and price it out. I know when you go buy a polybag version of that issue, still in the polybag, it's about $20, but I need to do my homework on the 9.8s. And then the other thing I was gonna list, because Lucas has been selling his books,
Okay.
Hold on, let me get it real quick.
So these books are they going to be on eBay or Instagram?
Yeah, I'll probably end up just doing it on eBay because I gave up Instagram for Lent.
Okay. Oh, that's right. You told me that. Yeah.
Oh. But this is one of Lucas's action figures. Yeah, so it's a Banff. So Lucas, my son, he's pretty hardcore into Marvel Legends, and he has a ton. And so he's tasked me with selling several of them. And so one of the ones that was sell was this Banff of Warlock, which is a pretty nice figure if you look at it, right? It's pretty cool.
Yeah. I know. Peter's into action figures a lot. So yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So I'll put those up probably on the Marvel Legend. I'll probably post in a Facebook group that, for Marvel Legend figures, and then the book the slab I'll probably put on eBay.
Nice. I only have one. I just got it. This is The Strangest Teens of All. This is X-Men number 61. Hang on, there's a sticker on here, so don't pay. You're not getting to see the price, but this is one of the Silver Age books. On the Wings of Death. Speaking of Angel, looks like he's fighting Sauron.
Oh, nice.
So I'm gonna put this on my Instagram page after we're done here for $50 plus shipping. If everybody wants to check it out on my Instagram page, Past Point Sales. So I'll be putting it up there on my IG page later on today. And let me see what else here. Go on to the next one. Oops, sorry. Hang on for a second. Here we go. Okay, so that's what you're selling. And up on comics, down on comics. So this, to me, I really love indie books. You know, the way they have flourished for myself in the last 5 to 10 years. You know, they're just really awesome books to read now because they don't have like a backlog of a, you know, diluted, you know, history like Marvel Comics, 60 years. You got to follow it, you know, what the characters are. But I really have been enjoying indie books. I know I said this in the past, but my down on comics, and Fuzzy mentioned this last week, and I asked him if I could use it. Delayed books. This book we've been reading is In Bloom. It's a really good series. They just mentioned there's a 11-week delay. You're giving people reasons not to buy your comics. It's ruining the enjoyment of these stories. I can go one farther than that. This book I've been reading, Maniac of New York. This is like the 3rd volume of it. Don't call it a comeback. This book on the left, when do you think it came out?
Dude, so I remember this book was really popular over COVID.
Yes.
Like that's when it came out and people were buying. I mean, was it Aftershock? Right. Like that's because they also did like We Live. Yeah, man, years.
This book, the issue number 2 came out in 2023, April.
There we go.
Okay. Issue number 3 is going to be coming out in 2025 in April. I'm not, you know, I can't comment saying why there's a delay, you know, what's been going on, you know, something, you know, with the writer or the artist, but it's 2 years between issues number 2 and issues number 3. I really enjoyed the first 2 volumes of this series, but it's just 2 years. You know, I'm not sure if they're even saying why. I tried finding stuff to see why it's been delayed for 2 years, basically, but I haven't found anything. You know, it was a really good series. I really enjoyed it. And yes, I will be reading issue number 3 when it comes out. But 2 years, I just can't believe it's been 2 years since issue number 2 came out. It's just crazy, you know. Oh my gosh. So Ant number 12 took 7 years to arrive after number 11. All that, what? Oh my gosh, that's just crazy. Yeah, it's really annoying situation. I'm not sure why they do that. Why don't they just come out with the books when they're done? You know, are you done? Okay, put them out there in the market. But yeah, that's just down on comics. Do you have anything to add to up on comics or down on comics?
No, I mean, that's enough, I think.
Leaves you flabbergasted, right?
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, it's getting worse. Yeah, I mean, if Marvel did this, I think they would be, you know, or DC, bigger publications, you know, publisher, I think they'd really be in trouble, you know. But yeah, I mean, we'll see, you know, what happens. I'll let you know. I'll do a review of Maniac of New York issue 3 when it comes out in April.
Yeah, what if it ever comes out?
Yep. What did we buy this time, Rob? Do you have
nothing? I'm selling nothing. I'm selling. sell.
I got this book this week. Let me take it out of the sleeve. Speaking of Alex Ross, I'm a big fan of his. Let me get rid of this here. And hang on for a second. Here we go. This came out this week. The Immortal Thor.
I did see that cover. It looks great.
Awesome looking cover. You see Thanos is in the back right here behind the cages. Like, you know, his fingers are together like he's grinning menacingly. So I think it's a great looking cover. So I got this one here. And that's the only comic book that I bought this week. But
all right, that was pretty good. You're pretty good. There's a but.
Let's
see it.
Sitting down on my computer desk on the floor for over a year, basically now, or close to a year. I thought I had taken it out. It was just gathering dust. It's the Star Wars The Mandalorian Razor Crest, the Beskar edition. I got this at obviously San Diego Comic-Con by Mattel. I thought I had already displayed it in my house, but I had not. So it was just lying there. I go, let me open this up. Is there anything in here? And here it is. So.
Oh, that's pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
It looked nice on the desk, you know?
Yeah. I thought I had taken it out and was just gathering dust. And I decided to, show it here. So I did buy this, but I bought this in July of last year. So I thought it was pretty cool. And I finally decided to display it. Let me see right here. It says it's getting worse. We're talking about the delayed comic books. DC do it. Distillery are the worst. Let me see here. Fantastic cover. Yeah, it's a really cool cover. I really like it a lot. He dies in a few episodes. Who dies? Fuzzy, I'm not sure what you're talking about. Let us know in the comments. But I believe we are at the end. I don't think I have any more slides. Let me make sure here. Yep, that's all, folks. That's the end of the show. We are done. That's all, folks. So hopefully you like the show. We will be back in 2 weeks. I'm going to try to be doing my read of the week. I started it up again. I did it last week. So I'm going to be doing, hopefully posting another one tomorrow. And Tuesday, Peter and I will be doing our advanced orders, where we talk about comic books that were, the advanced orders that are coming out in March, April, and May. These are books that are coming out in May. So you are welcome. Hopefully you guys like this show. Hopefully we'll be back next Sunday. Rob's a busy man. I'm not. He's the family man. I'm not the family man. My daughter's all grown up. But hopefully we will be back in 2 weeks on a Sunday. But until then, everybody, be safe and go out and buy a comic book and read it. Bye, everyone.